Well, hi, it's me. I have not made a video in about maybe a month or two. I don't remember. Anyway, I'm wearing a beater. I forgot about that. I'm sorry. This is embarrassing. Anyway, yeah, it's been a while, and nothing interesting has happened besides the fact that school started, and I'm taking hard balls classes, so it's pretty much horrible. My ring that I bought is turning my finger green. I don't know if you can see a discoloration. No? Like right there. Oh well. Anyway, yesterday or the day before, yes, 2 days ago, a new Saw 3D trailer came out. It's the theatrical trailer, not just a teaser trailer. And here I'm going to say a bunch of spoilers about what I saw in the trailer and what I think they mean. So, if you don't want to know anything about Saw 3D or the traps, leave now. Okay. So, in the trailer, I'm not doing this in any order because I'm kind of lazy and I didn't want to do it in order. I just did it in the order of awesomeness. So, you see, first of all, you see the public trap, which is awesome. I think like you've got the public trap and Jigsaw is blaring the "I want to play a game" over the loudspeakers outside as you see Ryan and the other man inside with the saws, and they're like waking up like, "Help us! God damn it, help us!" And there are people outside the glass, and they're like, "Oh, get them!" And there's a cop, and he's trying to help them, and it just think of the epicness of you walking in a mall and seeing somebody like with a saw going into their face in a window. Would you not shit your pants? I would. Okay, then it goes to the human blender, supposedly, with the two people hanging, the woman and the man hanging, holding onto the barbed chain above the lawnmowers. And one of the man, I don't care who it is, I don't know who it is, but the woman is a black woman. And this is not me being racist, but she looks like Tanedra Howard or Simone from Saw 6. And I know this isn't real because Simone chopped her hand off at the beginning of Saw 6, so it can't be her hanging with both arms. But if you watch, it's damn convincing. Okay. Then there is a scene where a man is crossing, like, if you've played the Saw video game, there are many different places where there's, like, a deep fall and then a wood plank you have to walk across and balance. There's this one guy walking across those, it looks like, and he falls, but there's a device covering his eyes, like, it's like a giant thing like that with a lock around it somewhere, so it's like a giant leather bound around his eyes, like sadomasochism at its finest. And it looks really cool and really kinky. Following with the kinky, there's also a scene with a woman with rusty pipes coming out her face. There's two in her eye and one in her mouth, and they're coming at her like this. Since it's 3D, it's got to come at you because, gimmicks, that's what we're doing. Kevin graded, I'm sorry, but I've lost faith in this. Saw 3D is for gimmicks, it's not for show. Anyway, that looks like it's going to be painful because it's like you've got two rusty pipes going in your eyes and your mouth and pushing all the way through. It's going to be very painful, and then it's going to be death. There's another scene with another woman with like a brace where she's held in place, and then there are from this and this 4 rusty pipes. So I'm assuming they're going to be in the same trap together, but it's going to be like a you choose who lives or dies, one like this or one like that. Could be like that, could not be. Might be 2 separate traps, but they look very similar, and 2 women. So it could be. There's a scene with a man strapped to a wall. Like, he's like, oh, like this. And then he's strapped to a wall. It looks like a maybe garage door, so it could possibly be part of the garage trap, since the garage trap is said to have many different layers. There's a scene where they're in a junkyard. A bunch of police cars are in a junkyard, and a policeman. And then in the background, there is an explosion. Could be part of the garage trap as well, because, garage, car, junkyard explosion. But it doesn't make sense, because the junkyard trap, or the garage trap takes place in a warehouse, and a warehouse is big, and you'd think that a big warehouse would be noticeable in a small junkyard, which you didn't see. So we'll see. Then there, at the very end, there's a scene where you see Gina Holden, or Joyce, has her characters named. You've seen pictures of her on her hands and knees with a chain around her neck and hooks in the background on top of, like, the top of an elevator shaft or something. But yeah, at the end of the scene, you see her screaming. You just, like, see her screaming. I don't know what it is, but her scream is so blood-curdling and so exciting. I've never heard a scream. Well, I've heard screams from any other Saw movies, but this one, very blood-curdling, and I liked it. It was really, it was convincing. So maybe the acting is back? I don't know. Acting has been gone for a while, but it might be back. We'll see. There's no music in the background, and that's unfortunate, because I'm kind of boring to listen to. Anyway, Yes, as I mentioned, possible unfortunate overuse of the 3D gimmick. Hopefully not, because I really like Kevin Grader. I really, really, really want to like Kevin Grader again, as much as I did for Saw 6, but I don't know if I'll be able to do that, because it looks very gimmicky. From the Garage Trap, Chester Bennington from Linkin Park. Oh, no! Somebody just Skyped me, and I'm trying to, like, focus, but this is so hard. Anyway, Chester Bennington, he's in the car, and his back is up against the car, but you see him where he's like, ah, ah, and he's like yelling, and he's trying to grab something. So again, 3D gimmick, and yeah. Then there's a man being yanked down right in front of the screen, like he's just sitting there, and all of a sudden he's like yanked all the way down. You don't know what happens, but yeah. And then there's the cage trap. You've seen the cage trap in the other trailer. It's where he's like hanging above something. He pulls a lever down, and then he falls, and there's spikes underneath. And again, the gimmick, the spikes are like shooting at you, so it's kind of stupid. But it starts out on the ground like sideways, and then it just yanks him up into the air and hangs him. So it's really cool. Then there's an explosion out of a building. Well, first of all, the cage with a Billy doll in it. By the way, I thought it was originally the man, supposedly Bobby Dagan, but the cage man, the cage trap. What I just said, the suspended cage. It flies out of a window with shards of glass, and I thought it was the man, and I was like, but if the man already got out, how is he flying through a window? But then I was like, oh, if you pause it and look, it's a Billy doll. There's a Billy doll in the suspended cage trap, in a different one, flying through a window. Could be for the instructions of his game. That would actually make a lot of cool sense. Like if it flew through a window, and it was like, hello, welcome to your game. Something like that. I think it would be really cool. Then there's an explosion out of a building, which I'm assuming is the garage trap. It would be really cool if it's the garage trap. There's, I can't read that. And there's another scene where there's a man and he's got like a giant pipe like over his shoulder. Or it's just, I don't know, it's a shoulder. And he's in front of something and it looks dangerous. And I'm assuming it's a trap, but I can't tell what it is. So it's very confusing. So along with all that I've just said, and then that's just the new trailer alone. I will post a link below me, I think it's below me, of the teaser trailer, the theatrical trailer, and then Bloody Disgusting's Saw 3D website, or page, because they've got pictures of everything that I just described, and you'll see it, you'll like it. Yeah, so Saw 3D comes out October 29th. As of today, well, actually seeing as how today's Sunday, about 47 days until Saw 3D. I'm going to see it with my grandma. I saw 6 with my grandma. That was so much fun. She cried at the carousel trap. I don't blame her. I almost did. It was so sad. But yeah. Okay, well, I'm going to go. 8 minutes long. I'm going to post everything. Keep watching. I will have more videos come out soon.